Welcome to New Earth Activations with Raina. Look at that beautiful sun, nature, the flowers. They're so peaceful. All they've ever given was unconditional love and what serves the planet's highest and best. Why can't people do that? Yesterday, for the past 2 days, I've been talking about things that I shouldn't have to waste my time talking about. But I feel so that this doesn't happen to others. I want to open their eyes so that they're able to better see through what others are trying to hide, so that they don't see who they really are. When that woman that showed up on my job yesterday, speaking loudly so that I would hear her and turn around, because she was on the other side of the room at self-checkout. So she went there looking for me. Why else would she be there? And I mentioned I didn't know who it was. I just assumed it was an employee. And then the more she talked, I didn't even pay attention to anything she was saying. But it was the sound of it. Then I knew who she was. She was a woman that was staying at a place that I was staying at. And this person that she was with is an on-again, off-again lover. And I knew the woman that he was with before her that passed away. And she was a sweet woman. So then this woman moves in right away, and she also lives on a houseboat, who calls herself a gypsy, who has robbed a 74-year-old woman of $500 and her stash of whatever. Rifled through her things. I don't know whether it was with her lover or whether it was just by herself with another, because I wasn't there. And then tells this woman that she's a thief. My things also went missing. And when I asked where they were, do you know the response that I got from them? This woman who showed up at my work has a southern accent, tries to come across as bubbly and happy and trying to get along with everyone. It's a phony act. And she has long brown hair and lives on a houseboat. She's in her 50s or her 60s. And her lover likes to go around and flatten people's tires who ride bicycles, or put tracking devices on their cars so that he knows where they are and he can find them easily. Now that's illegal. You have no right to do that. Now, I've known this gentleman because I've stayed there at that house, because I was grateful for when he helped me when I really needed it. But my things were rifled through, and things are missing. And some of my things are still there because I haven't had a moment to move them somewhere else because I've been sick. And I'm sure that when you're working a job, that when you get off, you just want to rest. And especially when you're in an area that doesn't have what you need, to get rid of it immediately. And I've mentioned that I now have to work with a 2010 computer, which isn't working because my other ones are gone, and I don't want to go into that story. So I have to do everything from my phone. Be really careful. I know what this woman's name is too. And I know she lives on a houseboat and she stays with her lover on land. So for her to go out of her way to pull that shenanigan at my job is insane. And all those people who came in groups to do black magic and forbidden magic, to take from me what never belonged to them and never will, and use bribery to try to gather as many people as they could to take everything. Now, I'm not for any of that shit, point blank. I don't play those games, and I don't waste my time with things like that. I don't serve the dark forces. I never did, and I never will. But it's not happening on this planet any longer. All of those who have tried, who were bribed to do that, to try to destroy other people's reputation, steal their identity, and make up lies, and have false reports written by doctors they never met, by judges that were bribed and paid, by phony lawyers, by bankers where they were taking people's money with their name and sending it overseas and then switching it to somebody else's name. All while trying to ruin the reputation of another because they were too lazy to do the work and felt entitled to try to take what never belonged to them. And And all of those groups who did that, who came up against me, I told you flat out to your faces in a room full of them, you'll never win against me. All of those who did perform black magic or paid high priests, dark high priests in other countries off to do this against me, everyone involved and everyone you're associated with and related to, you just destroyed. You destroyed your life completely, and you lose everything. And you lose what you didn't even know about because you were trying to hurt and harm so many others besides me. When I stepped foot on this planet, or woke up actually, I was happy to be in service to all in private. I didn't tell anybody I was doing it. I just kept it to myself because I knew it's something I needed to do and wanted to do. And I did it for free and didn't ask anybody for anything. But even when I was struggling financially, I took what money I had out of my own pocket and gave it to another who was hungry. And even after I lost my home, everything I had worked for, all my work, all my belongings, and left with just a couple of suitcases, after everyone was bribed to go against me, and they turned on me, and I was by myself with nowhere to go. In that moment, I saw who was family and who wasn't, who was a true friend and who wasn't. But I wasn't going to be a part of that. I couldn't be bribed, and I didn't want anything to do with corruption. I had pets that I loved and cared for. Just taken from me, just like that. I had pollinator plants that they killed. And all my things that were left behind, they said, I just gave it to them. Now, why would I give my things, my work, everything that I did to somebody else? That's an outrageous lie. A liar is not to be respected. A coward is not to be respected. A thief is not to be respected. If you're using the dark arts to try to control people and take their money and everything, that's not to be respected. And do you know how many people on the face of this earth are involved in that shit? P. Diddy is for one. Abercrombie and Fitch is another. I mean, there's just a whole list of them. How about the Masons? How about the cults and the dark cults and the dark covens? This shit isn't happening anymore with me on the planet, because ever since I stepped into this work, I haven't stopped. And even if it was me by myself, which it hasn't been, I mean, as far as another human is concerned, you know, in my physical reality, there isn't any. I mean, I have some people that that I talk with, but as far as doing work at that level, only those who are doing that work know. And I'm not going to go into details as to that, but they thought that they were going to cast dark spells and do all this bullshit that they thought that I would never find out. Well, let me tell you right here and now, yesterday I received a message where the 1,000-year-old curse is permanently and forever broken. And all those involved with that is what they've done to themselves. They've done this to themselves, everyone involved with them, everyone they're related to, everyone they're close with, everyone they love, because they chose to do it. They lose everything. So the next time you see some person with a southern accent who tries to look good and be cute and try to like pretend like she's just so sweet, see right through it. In the area that I'm in, this woman is in her 50s or her 60s. She has long dark hair. She calls herself a gypsy. She has a houseboat and she has a lover that lives on land. So you want to hold on to your wallets when you're in the grocery store, because, you know, if she stole from a 70-year-old woman $500 and whatever else that was matter to her, what makes you think that she's not going to try to rifle through your handbag as you're going through the store? Now, I've seen her with her lover in the car, and what I seen is she jumped out of the back seat because she was hiding. They didn't want anybody to know that they were in the car together. She jumped out and then went into the front seat for a minute and then jumped out and hid herself in the back seat. Now, where are the police for all this? The police around here can approach somebody on a bicycle who doesn't have a reflector on their bicycle, want to bitch, moan, and complain about something so fucking petty. But where are they when people tell them that they're deliberately destroying property, that they have got no business going on somebody's property when they're not there, and destroying their bicycles, making flat tires and everything else, cutting the brakes? Where the fuck are you for that? Why are you giving tickets to people for that? And you call yourself a police officer? You're incompetent, is what I feel. And when someone approaches you and says, I'm asking you, the so-and-so police asked you to do a courtesy report and send it to this police over in this state, and you can't do it, what good are you? Because you're not in service to all. You're in service to your fucking uniform and your weapon. And you know nothing about nothing. You don't even know who you are. You're just a lost soul that's just wrapped up in his uniform and his weapon and forgot how to treat people well. I've met sergeants, spoken to sergeants, or the higher up than the police, who have more class and have been more helpful than any lame police officer I've ever met. And not only that, it took 4 police cars to gang up on someone with a bicycle who wasn't drinking, who wasn't smoking, who wasn't doing anything at all. but looking for organic food in an area that there wasn't any, but you kept circling hoping that there was, and a half an hour later you find it and it's at the top shelf. And they're going to harass somebody like that. That's insane. And then I seen something stupid today. A robot dog. You gotta be fucking insane to buy that shit. Why would you do that? There are so many animals that need homes that you can adopt. And you're gonna get a robot dog and buy into that? That's gotta be the dumbest shit ever. I'm just fed up with a lot of things here. And I could really go off on a list of things of what isn't right. And people that aren't doing things right, like for instance. Now, I'm not trying to target anyone, I'm just trying to make a point. You've got Bill Gates, right? Who created Microsoft. Now, what is he doing in his private life? Is he really looking out for the planet and everyone else? Or is he trying to exterminate people who don't have money because he has money? What's he doing to the farmland? And being that you have that information and you know that, why would you buy anything from somebody who does that? I told you I'm not one to play with. I'm not one you can fuck with, because you have no power if you're spiritually dead. And then you get people who are rich who tell me purity of heart doesn't matter, it's the size of your wallet. Obviously, you weren't chosen. So what the fuck are you talking about? I'm one of the rarest people on the face of this earth, because when I stepped into this work, I have worked on top of it round the clock since I began, no matter what my physical reality turned into. No matter if everyone was bribed to go against me, I still didn't cave. I didn't quit, I didn't succumb, and I was never tempted. But I will be honest and say, well, my weakest point was when I would get pissed off, being that everything was taken from me. I couldn't even go to the gym, couldn't do anything, was food. Because I was never one to eat anything that was just there. I always did what made me happy, what called me. And now I can't even do that because of where I'm at financially. And all because of the greed of others who thought they were going to win against me by bribing so many stupid asses to go against me and making up stories and lies. Do you feel in your heart of hearts it's okay to rob somebody's house, to try to break into their computer, to steal their social security, to steal their license, to steal their birth certificate, and to steal their phones and go through their contacts and bribe their contacts to go against them and make up stories and lies, try to ruin their reputation, and steal their home and steal their money, and then want them to commit suicide, or even worse, hire some stupid ass to try to take them out over and over and over again? Well, dumbass, if it didn't happen the first time, you think it's going to happen the second? When are you going to wake the fuck up and realize you're never going to win against me? And for you to go against me, to think you had the power, you must have been insane. When the devil stood before me and said to me, I'm the devil, I didn't even know who the anything about that. And that pissed me off. And I said, oh yeah? You think you're the devil? You just destroyed your life. Because you're never going to win against me. Because the dark always loses. And that's guaranteed and permanent. And you don't even know what you lost. That's how stupid you are. Because if you had any common sense, you would have never done what you did. To another who did nothing to you. But you went at them because of your hatred, because of your jealousy, because of your insecurity. And for whatever, any other stupid reason. And then you tried to hide behind the Bible. When really you're a dark Mason. And how many of those in dark Hollywood are involved with that? I mean, really, now that you know what P. Diddy's been doing, why don't you dig a little further and just expose it all and take them all out? Because this planet is being given back to those that it belongs to. And what these idiots have put in place to try to control others, their money, their mind, and everything else. And you thought that was going to continue once I woke up. You thought you would destroy me. Oh, hell no. I'm more powerful than all you stupid motherfuckers put together. Because I'm still here. And all of you have been going down like the corrupt judge who was bribed, got into a car accident, now he's arrested. You have corrupt accountants, corrupt police, corrupt bankers, corrupt lawyers, corrupt doctors. And just because someone approaches you, tries to be oh sweet and happy, and tries to come across in one way, try not to believe what you see. Believe what they show you. Don't believe in their bullshit. Look further than the circus act and the lame monologue they're throwing in your face. I've got nothing to lose and I've got nothing to hide, and I tell you like it is. But I don't know how anyone could live on this planet and not wake up. And if you've done nothing spiritual in your entire life, don't you think that now is the perfect time to do so? Because if all you have is your money and your worldly riches, you got nothing. And I know because I've been through it. And I had all that. And this doesn't happen overnight. Was Rome built overnight? So, and frankly, I'm sick of suffering financially. If you're stealing somebody else's mail or having somebody else's mail being sent to you, and you're taking their money because you you have their license and everything, and their mail and their money's being sent to you, and you're living in a house that doesn't even belong to you because you stole it from another, and you think that's not going to catch up to you, you're dead wrong. Like I said, everything you tried to do to me, you only ended up doing to yourself and everyone you're associated with, everyone you're related to, and everyone you're involved with. You just destroyed your entire lives. And now you'll never get what you could have had you listened when I told you to go within. You wanted to be obnoxious, you wanted to laugh, you wanted to look the other way, you wanted to think you had all the answers, you wanted to say, oh, I'm confused, and remain that way. That's your choice. You blew it, that's on you. But I've always stood up to those that I felt didn't do what they were supposed to do or weren't treating others well. And I was always by myself when I did it. And let me ask you, do you really think it's going to matter to future generations? If you had name, fame, and status, or how you looked in this outfit or with this hair or whatever, do you think they're really going to give a shit? No. What they're going to care about is, what shape are you leaving this planet in for them? Did you protect nature? Did you protect the trees? Did you protect the wildlife and leave something for them? Or did you just care about yourself and what's immediately around you and never being concerned with any of that? Bring that into your heart of hearts and see what your heart tells you. Remember, the mind, you'll always be tricked by the mind. If you're not able to control it, it will control you, because your mind is not your own. Every thought you think does not belong to you. If you're not able to still your mind and go without no thought, you are being controlled. Take that in your heart of hearts and see what it tells you. And I'm going to end it here because I have a course I need to do. We love and bless all humanity. We love and bless all creations. If you have anything you'd like to share, any comments, you can reach me at reinadhabsburg@gmail.com. Please like, share, and subscribe. The more people this gets out to, the better, because then we expose the bullshit that's going on in the world so nobody else can get hurt or stolen from. You get my drift? I hope I was crystal clear. If not, send me an email and I'll make it crystal clear for you. If you'd like me to do an energy reading, because I'm good at that, send me a picture. And I'll see you next time.